Group, please.
Yes, Hawkins is still up. And 6-4 and 501 detail.
Everything we've got and get them moving. They've caught us this time.
They're turning northwest.
Wo ist die Royal Air Force? Los!
And so, and then Jesus asked Peter, says, Peter, you going to go with them? And Peter says, well, where else is there to go?
Yeah,
and
see,
so,
I look at it like this.
Where is there another place to go?
You have to look at the fruits, and you can't get, fruit from thorns, so I've seen a lot of things, and none of it's apostates. I don't talk to apostates. I don't, dabble in what they say. But some of the things that I found, I listed them on there. All listed.
Well, where else are you going to go? Is the question out there. Where are you going to go to find the people?
Well, that's just the thing. I think I've come to a point where, my whole situation is that I was associated with the organization in '76.
Yeah.
It's really my mom that brought us along, me and my brothers.
Yeah.
And it just seems that what's come to light, with all the things that listed. You saw the letter, obviously.
Yeah.
You read the letter. That stuff has been.
So do you believe there's a place you can go to find God's people, Jehovah, and worship Jehovah?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, though. I'm looking at the name Jehovah myself, and you look at the history with that. The guy who did the research on that, Remendez Mundo, and
you're talking about God's name Jehovah.
Yeah, and just the whole way that it's being put in the mud right now, with the child abuse and whatnot, the way it's coming out. It's hard for me to say that. If you align yourself with that organization, are you really
my question to you is, where are you going to go? How are you going to serve God?
Well, you can serve God just yourself with the Bible, and wherever one or two are in my name, I'll be there.
Hebrews 10:24 and 25 says that as the end draws near, that we would associate, that we would gather together. And then the other question is do you believe that preaching is part of being a Christian is preaching?
See, there's the other part of that preaching work. We get the numbers. I was a ministerial servant back in the Rock Island congregation. And I excuse me, because I was asleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know we're catching you.
But there was things I was involved with the brothers up there, and I was sitting in a car with some elders and the service overseer. He really brought out that, these older sisters, I really don't like them because they bring down our averages. Right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
And to me, I was shocked by that. I didn't know how to answer to that. It really set me back because I thought that's not really what we're supposed to be doing. It's not about averages or going out on
You got
service, taking time.
imperfect people and a perfect organization. But the question to think about is where are we going to find? Where are you going to find the truth?
The attitude was that the society even said they're not even inspired. They're not.
Well, no, nobody's inspired. We don't believe that
But
governing
they said
body
that for years, though. They said that they were the anointed, faithful, discreet slave, that they were. And that now they've made mistakes. They could have made mistakes.
Well, the first century Christians made mistakes. You remember that?
Yeah, well, we're talking about two different organizations. You gotta remember, one was from Jesus, the other one was, Russell and
Well,
Rutherford.
remember they thought Jesus was restoring the kingdom back at that time. So the disciples thought Jesus was restoring the kingdom back at that time. So they were wrong. Peter was wrong many times. Peter did a lot of things that he denied the Jews. Remember?
Yeah,
and Paul had to counsel them.
You got to go back to, you're talking about Jesus with his disciples, first century Christians. You're talking about Rutherford, Russell, that's what they started with. And that goes beyond back to Barber and
what they started with, what do you
millennials, mean? The belief that the end was coming, all that stuff. It all stems from Russell. And
you remember Hebrews or Daniel 12:4? Remember what that says?
Yeah, Daniel 12:4?
Yeah.
What about it?
It says that the truth, that the truth would get brighter and brighter, or Proverbs 4:18 to get brighter, and the book would be sealed up until the time of the end, and then many would roll about. True knowledge will become abundant. And here's the thing. To make it really simple, because there's nowhere else to go. You aren't going to find any other people better than Jehovah's people. Nowhere.
The Christian Delphians, they believe almost exactly what witnesses believe.
They're going to go to war.
They don't believe in war.
Yeah, well, that's good.
They don't believe in celebrating Christmas. There's a bunch of branches.
Well,
from the time that Rutherford told the brothers to buy war bonds, from that time on it broke apart, and they have all these different sects, and they're almost similar.
Here's the thing I suggest is that if you love Jehovah and you want to serve Him and you want to help other people, because I want to help people, and I think all the brothers want to help people. When I see families, I want to help them. So if you want to help people and you believe that you have the truth, I would encourage you as much as possible to get out and get busy preaching. Because
but if you go back to Matthew 25, it's not really talking about preaching work at that. It's talking about feeding hunger, thirsty people, but obviously you apply it spiritually.
Jesus said, shake the dust off your feet when people don't listen to you.
Yeah.
What is it? He says, when you go to one house
and
they don't listen.
We're talking about Jesus Christ and first century Christians, and that's a little bit beyond. It's not the same. I mean, the organization is what it is. It is.
Yeah, Reuben, I tell you, we wanted to give you a chance to see. That was our purpose coming here. Yeah. And I can tell you're pretty much set, because I do want to give you answers to your questions, but
well, see, that's the thing.
You're
if I
set.
ask you the answer to the question, I would say, okay, well, you answered the question through the Bible, the script, right? But I say that, okay, so my whole life I was raised that the UN was something bad, right? You find out the organization was with the UN for 10 years.
What's the universal issue?
Yeah,
Can you tell me what the universal issue is?
They were an NGO, DPO for 10 years.
Tell me what the universal issue is.
What from
you learned? You don't remember?
Well, it's sovereignty of God. But
right, but what did Satan argue in the Garden of Eden?
Did they change that too?
No. Well, what did Satan argue? What did he say that men could do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's when you look at it and you think that the organization is becoming run by men now. Jesus
what did Satan argue?
Out of it.
What was the point Satan argued in the Garden of Eden?
that man has that
They could choose.
let's
Choose what?
to serve who they want, I guess.
Good and bad. They can choose for themselves. Let them rule themselves.
Yeah, but I'm not.
And so,
I never
if you put your trust in the United Nations, you put your trust in a democracy, you put your trust in Trump, you put your trust in
But that's what
any of these
society
men.
did, though. They were NGO, DPO for 10 years. Nobody knew that.
Well, what you have to do is go find somebody.
I've been asking, and all I get is that same thing. No question, that's not.
Well, you have to go help people. You got to get out and start preaching. Is all I can say. Can I talk to your wife real quick? Can she tell us? Could she give me a call? I just want to hear it from her that she wants. All we need to do is hear from her that she doesn't want to be a witness.
Yeah, you know what?
If just real quick, and
I'll be good.
okay, thank you. Okay.
We don't go out committing crimes or fornication. I love my wife.
Yeah.
But it's just too many things. I listed 10 examples of, to belong to different organizations, the owning of stock, the Lockheed Martin stock, all that stuff. You
remember Jesus said in Matthew 5, he says, they will say every lying thing against you.
But
happy are you when they say every lying thing. So, it's been the case that throughout history, Jesus was a drunkard and a glutton.
But it's true, though, that documents exist, that the organization owns that stuff. It does.
Well, if there's a better, like I said to your husband, if there's something better, go serve it, go help people. If there's a better organization that you can go and help people and go to their homes and because the houses are burning down all around us. This society's breaking down. You can go help them. I'm all for it. Go do it. That would be great. But I did want to hear it from you because the letter. I wanted to make sure before we announce it.
Yeah, well,
we'll announce it.
We're united. We're united in that fact, and I just the fact is that you came over here, and I knew you would.
Yeah.
I knew you would come.
I just wanted to make sure because you could sign your wife's name. You could say okay, good. Good.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Well, if you want to get back, just write a letter. Come to the Kingdom Hall. Start making meetings. Just write us a letter, and you can get back if you want to. But otherwise, we'll announce it at our next meeting, and so from now on, we won't have any more association. So.
Yeah, I'd see you guys.
We haven't had no association for a while.
So anyway, we've come by quite a few times, but in the past. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Well,
Thank
have
you.
a good night.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right.
Thank you for your time.